We need to have a little chat. Hang on, let me get this. Let me get this sorted out. I ain't even in the light. Right, hang on. What are we saying? We'll go with that. We'll go with that. We need to have a little chat about our new Lord and Saviour, Lando Norris. Now, before we crack on, I'm just going to say now, this video won't be a very polished product, if you will. I wasn't planning to make this video at all. I was doing something completely different. So it's going to be a bit off the cuff. However, I need to get this out. Like, I need to get a few bits off my chest. I'm simply going to start with a statement. Lando Norris hunted down Max Verstappen. What the fuck am I doing with my hand? I'll say it again. Lando Norris hunted down Max Verstappen. I mean, do I need to elaborate? Obviously, I'm going to. This is unheard of. It doesn't happen. Nobody hunts down Max Verstappen. There have been a few occasions where the car hasn't been great, or there's been a qualifying error, or something of that nature, but somebody actually hunting him down? No. Except now they do, because Lando did. As if that wasn't enough, who won the race before? Lando Norris. I apologise if I'm a bit animated, man, but this is Formula One. This is what it should be. There was a lot of media attention surrounding Lando's first win at Miami because specifically you had things like the safety car effectively handing Lando the lead of the race. Unlike what we've seen in the past where seemingly it doesn't matter where Max Verstappen is on the grid at any given time, he's just going to walk his way to the front. That didn't happen at Miami. Lando Norris won that race with 7.5 seconds. So okay, cool. That's exciting, right? It's really great to see a difference, but we have to consider the fact that the safety car did what it did. With that in mind, the very next race at Imola, Lando now actually chasing down Max Verstappen. That's a whole different ball game. Is it happening? Like, is the tide starting to turn? I can't honestly tell you how good it is to make this video because in my last one, feel free to go and watch it, I spoke a lot about my disdain for the current state of Formula One, mostly around the fact that Max just wins everything. Now, there's a lot of context in that video because what I also tried to do was balance it for my love for the sport and ultimately to bring back these moments of greatness, which I feel we've had in the last 2 Grand Prix. Moments where you're on the edge of your seat. Have the Formula One customer services finally listened? I'm gonna be honest, I need a minute to check my notes because I feel like this video is probably all over the place. Look, this video doesn't need to be really long, right? Like, I'm just here, a fan of the sport, showing my excitement at the fact that we've got something to potentially look forward to. Do I think that we've maybe got a title battle on our hands? I don't know. I'd love to say yes. Feels a little bit of a stretch at the moment. But we've also got a few other reasons to be excited, right? Like McLaren started off 2022 with a pretty poor car, but towards the end of it, the development made it a pretty good car. And the same thing happened in 2023 with marginally better gains. In fact, towards the end of 2023, let's be honest, it was a pretty sick car. The difference this year is 2024, McLaren have started off really well. You had 2 or 3 races at the beginning where they were probably like okay, but the last few races, I mean, Lando's got 4 podiums in the last 4 races, one of which was a win. And again, the last one, almost getting the win, 1 more lap. We all want 1 more lap, right? But is it coming? We've got Monaco as the next Grand Prix. I'm really hoping I can get this video out before then. And another thing, qualifying. Qualifying, that the field is levelled out a lot more. We've had pole positions from a lot more drivers over the last 3 years than just Max Verstappen alone when you look at the ratio of wins. Monaco qualifying, as everybody knows, A, is probably the best qualifying across the entire season, and B, you're pretty much guaranteed to win unless you nose it up, or your team does, as long as you can keep it together for 70 odd laps. This could be another win for Lando Norris. And you know what? If it isn't Lando, just McLaren in general. We might not necessarily have a driver's title battle on our hands, but I do think, looking at the pace of the car for the McLaren, you could definitely have a Red Bull versus McLaren title battle on our hands, especially because, let's be honest, I mean, Perez has been doing pretty good at the start of the season, but he showed a few odd ways at Imola. And I don't want to write the guy off, that's not the kind of fan I am, but Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, in my opinion, is probably the strongest driver pairing you've got on the grid. So as a constructors with 2 consistent drivers, race in, race out, Red Bull might want to look in their mirrors a little bit when it comes to the constructors. Look, I haven't got anything else to say, man. I mean, I just wanted to come on, show a little bit of excitement for Formula One again. It is lovely and wonderful and all the good words to talk about, to feel this way about the sport I love, especially considering my last video really was in my own words, a complaint to the Formula One customer services. A bit of a whinge. That's it. What are we saying? Is Lando going to get another win? Have we got a title battle on our hands? At minimum, are we going to see some better racing from here on out? We're only 7 races in. There's a lot more to go for the rest of the season. And I'm excited. Genuinely, I'm excited. Way better than I felt a couple of months ago. Anyway, thanks for watching. In a bit.